Imagine staying 5 hours and 29 minutes to the limit of physical and mental exhaustion, in a duel where the history of the sport will be rewritten point to point. Would you hold? What's more, is it possible at the age of 22 to win 5 Grand Slams and stay unbeaten in all the finals you played? These are the questions that arise after witnessing the magnificent conquest of Carlos Alcaraz on Sunday. Yes, he endured. And yes, he made history again. In a titanic battle against Jannik Sinner, Alcaraz won 4-6, 6-7, 4, 6-4, 7-6, 3, and 7-6, 10-2, in the longest final in the history of Roland Garros. It was 5 hours and 29 minutes of pure intensity, resistance and emotion in the most traditional clay on the planet. The final started with Sinner showing why it is the current #1 in the world, imposing its pace and taking the first 2 sets. In advantage, and with 3 match points in his hands, it seemed that the Italian would consolidate his domain. But Alcaraz, faithful to his philosophy of never giving up, sought energies where few could find. It was there, with his back against the wall, that he began to architect the turn. In the 3rd set, it raised its level, aggressive and accurate in the decisive moments. And when forcing the 4th set for the tiebreak, he proved that he would not only resist, but would fight to the last point. The 4th set tiebreak was dominated by Alcaraz, who kept his head cold and distributed right-wing blows as a veteran used to moments of pressure. And it was at this moment that the game gained historical air, not only for the turn of the way, but by the impressive mental resistance of the young Spanish. We then reached the decision on the 5th set, and as it is traditional in Roland Garros, since the introduction of tiebreak in the last set, it took a super tiebreak to define the champion. With an almost impeccable performance, Alcaraz won 10-2, sealing the achievement with an explosion of emotion worthy of the great champions. With the victory, Carlos Alcaraz reached his 5th Grand Slam title, all won before age 23, remaining unbeaten in finals of majors, a feat that puts him in a pantheon reserved for sports legends. The magnitude of this achievement goes beyond the numbers. Alcaraz showed not only his technical talent, but an unusual emotional maturity. Your ability to react under pressure, to keep calm when everything seemed lost, is what separates the good from the immortals. He thus becomes one of the few to defend the title in Paris in the 21st century, joining names like Bjorn Borg and Rafael Nadal. More than that, it reinforces the idea that we are witnessing the emergence of a new era in world tennis, where Alcaraz is not just a protagonist, he is the protagonist. Your campaign until the title was blameless. In a tournament scheduled for difficult games, qualified opponents, and challenging climatic conditions, the Spanish young man maintained an impressive level of regularity. His game, a combination of gross power and surgical delicacy, enchanted fans and experts. At the end of the match, Alcaraz, visibly thrilled, thanked his team, his family, and the crowd that filled Philippe Charrier. It's a dream that I didn't even dare to dream when I started playing tennis. Every point here was a battle. This is undoubtedly the most special day of my career so far, said the champion. With this victory, Alcaraz also consolidates himself as the big name of the clay season, raising expectations for Wimbledon and the Olympic Games, where he will be one of the favorites. His performance in Paris was a class of overcoming, patience, and genius, drawing inevitable parallels with the greatest champion of the tournament, Rafael Nadal. It is inevitable not to think how far Carlos Alcaraz can go. If he continues at this pace, new records will surely be broken. The ability to adapt, the headquarters for victories, and the passion for sports are fuels that can lead you to levels that few dare to imagine. Meanwhile, Jannik Sinner, despite the defeat, goes out with his head up. The Italian showed a very high level and further consolidated its position as a ranking leader. His performance was worthy of champion, and rivalry with Alcaraz promises to be the thread of tennis in the coming years. In Roland Garros 2025, we saw more than a historical match. We witnessed the confirmation of a reign. Carlos Alcaraz, just 22, is no longer the future of tennis. He is the present. If you are in love with tennis and want to keep following every step of this amazing generation, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave the like, activate the bell to receive the notifications, and come to vibrate with us with each point, with each achievement, with each emotion. Until the next game.